welcome back to the GSMC Baseball Podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Sam Menzie, and we have a great show for you today. First topic we'll be covering is going over the AO games of yesterday, just recapping that action. Then we're moving on to the National League, so just recapping all the games that did happen yesterday, like I've been doing for a long time now. Then we're moving into a segment about some prospects being called up. There was a good amount of prospects that are notable that have been called up in the past few days or so I did want to just touch upon those guys and the impacts they're going to have on their teams. And then finally, we'll be going over a segment that I want to call Legends of the Game. It was Jackie Robinson Day yesterday, and John Sterling, the legendary Yankees announcer, did retire. So I kind of wanted to bunch those two guys into a segment and just talk about their impacts on the game of baseball and how they paved the way for other people. So yeah, I just wanted to put that into a segment and just talk about those guys. So now, before we get into the show today, I would like to ask you to please like and follow the show. We do get a number of questions from viewers, so to ensure that your question does get read in the air, please use the link, gsmcpodcast.net. It really does help the show, and it really does mean a lot, so thank you so much for that. And let's get straight into our show today. All right, so as I talked about, we are going to be recapping the games yesterday. Now, before we do that, I would just like to say I want to apologize, first of all, for the stuff that happened last episode, just the technical difficulties about the lights in the room I'm recording in. That is going to happen. I think I figured out a way to stop it. I said that last time, and it did happen again. But if it does happen, I'm just going to continue to roll on and hope they come back on. So, just is the room I'm recording in. It is very unfortunate, but it'll only be there for a handful, a number of shows before I do go into a different setup. So, yeah, just wanted to let you guys know about that. All right, so let's get into the games from yesterday. We're going to start off with the American League like usual, and the first game we have on the agenda is going to be Guardians and Red Sox. Two teams that have gotten off to pretty hot starts for what we expected of them. We didn't really expect these two teams to be good, simply put, and they have been. So the scoring would not start till late in the game, going into the top of the seventh, where Will Brennan would hit a two-run home run to make it 2-0 Guardians in the top seven. Jose Ramirez would then follow that up in the top of the eighth with an RBI double to score Ryan Roquicchio and Stephen Kwan. Top of the ninth, Gabriel Arias would hit an RBI double to score Will Brennan, and Roquicchio again would hit an RBI single to score Gabriel Arias to make it 6-0 Cleveland. The Red Sox would not score in this game, would only get 3 hits, so be a great win for the Guardians, and just a great job by them. Going to the pitching for this game, the Red Sox had Cutter Crawford on the mound, who went 5 2/3, giving up 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts, and no home runs. An incredible start by Crawford. I mean, as great as you can do, obviously, 6 2/3, 2 hits, 0 earned runs. So the Guardians' offense has been on fire, and he really controlled them very, very well. So yeah, just a great job by him overall. Even though they didn't win the game, still a very encouraging sign if you are a Red Sox fan for Cutter Crawford and his future with the Red Sox. For the Guardians, they had Xavier Curry on the mound, who went 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. So a really good start by him as well. Of course, you'd like him to go deeper into games, but he is a young pitcher, a guy that is still developing, in my opinion. So I don't think you should worry about that too much. I think it'll come with time. So yeah, I just want to see that. Xavier Curry, also one of the best names in baseball. His name's Xavier. It's about Xzavion. Just a really cool name, so a great name for a baseball player as well. So if he's good, I think it benefits a lot of people because you get to hear that name all the time. So next game we have on the agenda is going to be Orioles and Twins, two of the better teams in the American League facing off, even though the Twins haven't really lived up to that standard yet. Bottom of the first, the scoring would start off with a Jordan Westerberg RBI double, scoring Adley Rutschman and Ryan O'Hearn. Then, top of the second, Jose Miranda would try to get some of the runs back with a solo home run, his first of the year, making it 2-1 Baltimore. Ryan O'Hearn in the bottom of the third, didn't mean for that to rhyme, went into right back with a home run of his own, his third of the season, to make it 3-1 Baltimore. Then Cedric Mullins would hit a sacrifice fly to Byron Buxton, scoring Ryan Mountcastle to make it 4-1 Baltimore. Top four, Jose Miranda would again try to answer back with a RBI single to score Byron Buxton to make it 4-2. But just like before, the Orioles would bounce back themselves, hitting a 2-run home run courtesy of Cedric Mullins, scoring Jordan Westerberg to make it 6-2 Baltimore. Bottom six, the Orioles would just keep putting it on with a Gunnar Henderson solo home run, his 4th of the year, to make it 7-2. Ryan Jeffers in the top of the 7th would hit an RBI double to score Austin Martin and Eduardo Julian. But, I mean, that would be it for the game, as the Twins would end up losing 7-4 to Baltimore. So, yeah, unfortunate way for the Twins to lose. They still had a nice offense, but the Orioles were just simply better. So For the Twins, they had Louis Varland on the mound, who definitely should have performed better. 5 innings pitched, 11 hits, 4 earned runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts. Yes, the no walks are good, but 11 hits is way too much. 4 earned runs are not good as well, and 2 weren't earned as well, so definitely not a great start for him. You're playing a good offense, I know, but you're filling in for very valuable pieces in that rotation, ones who have left, ones who have gotten injured, so I think Varland needs to perform better, and overall, I think this Twins team needs to perform better, being 6-9 now. It's not getting late early, I'll say, but you definitely need to pick it up. For the Orioles, they had Cole Irvin on the mound, who went 4 2/3, giving up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. A solid start by him. I mean, only 2 earned runs, fine, but again, only 4 2/3. You definitely need to go deeper into a game if you are Cole Irvin and you are the Orioles. So, yeah, not a great start, but I guess it could have been worse. The next game we have on the agenda here is going to be Rangers-Tigers, a really low-scoring game here, as in the top of the fifth. Marcus Semien would ground into a force out to Javier Baez. Jonah Heim would score, and it would make it 1-0 Texas in the bottom of the fifth. And what do you know? That would be the only run in this game that would happen. So, a very low-scoring game, obviously. 2 really good teams this year, Detroit and Texas, both very even at 9-7 and 9-8. So, a nice win by the Rangers to win this pitcher's duel and get a good one on the board for them. For the Tigers, they had Reese Olson on the mound, who of course was very good. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. A 3.86 ERA in the season, very solid for him. Not extraordinary by any stretch, but still a really solid start to the season. For the Rangers, they had newly acquired Michael Lorenzen on the mound. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Of course, you want the walks to go down, but at the same time, not a horrible start for your new team, getting used to a lot of things, living there, the new battery mate, a new coaching staff. So not a horrible start for Lorenzen, and I think it definitely built upon what they before had in that rotation, which is not a lot of great players. So next game we have is Angels-Rays. Scoring would open up in the bottom of the fifth with a Harold Ramirez RBI groundout, scoring Jose Siri to make it 1-0 Tampa. Mike Trout with his 7th home run of the year to make it 2-1 Angels in the top of the 8th, so he answers right back. I mean, Trout has been incredible this year. It's really, really exciting that he is back to form, and we hope to see another MVP from him. He's one of the greatest players of all time, and we should not be taking him for granted. Matt Tice would hit an RBI double in the same inning, top of the 8th, to make it 5-1 LA. So great job by the bats to explode late in the game. Bottom of the 8th, Harold Ramirez would again come up clutch for the Rays, as he would hit a 2-run home run to make it 5-3. But in the top of the 9th, Taylor Ward of the Angels would answer right back, making it 7-3 with a 2-run home run of his own. His 6th of the season. Really great start to the season by him as well. And the Angels would end up winning this game 7-3. So not great start to the season so far for the Rays. I mean, 9-8, not what you want. So definitely need to pick it up right now. They had Zach Leffin on the mound, who of course was great. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, no 1 runs, 5 strikeouts, no home runs. So another great start by Zach Leffin. He hasn't had the best start to the season with a 4.63 ERA, but is still a great pitcher. Finished high in the Cy Young voting last year. I think is going to be a guy that is really, really going to be an ace of the staff this year, and I'm really looking forward to watching it as a baseball fan. For the Angels, they had Patrick Sandoval on the mound, who went 5 innings, giving up 4 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a 4.67 ERA. So not great, but I guess could have been worse. Next game we have here for the American League is going to be a matchup of 2 AL East teams, which is Blue Jays and Yankees. Top of the second, Oswaldo Cabrera would hit an RBI single to score Gleyber Torres to make it 1-0. Bottom of the second, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa would walk with the bases loaded to tie up the game at 1. So nice little revenge walk, if you want to say, by IKF against his former team. Then a wild pitch by Luis Gil would score Alejandro Kirk to make it 2-1 Toronto. Bottom of the third, Alejandro Kirk would then double to score Bo Bichette to make it 3-1 Toronto, where the score would end up staying. So not a great day for the Yankees offense, only 1 run, which came in the second inning, and 4 hits. So not really what you want. You definitely want them to improve. But at the same time, the Blue Jays did have Chris Bassett on the mound, who is very, very good. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Great job of pitching against the former city he played in, so it's a really solid start there. Luis Gil was on the mound, who went 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 7 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Look, Gil is just such an interesting pitcher. I mean, he has such great stuff, and he doesn't give up that many runs, but he walks so many people. I mean, it's annoying to watch walks. Believe me, I know. But at the same time, if he's not giving up these runs while he's walking people, and he can work around these walks fine. I mean, you got to keep him in, right? I think you got to continue just pitching with him. You know what he's going to do. You know what his strategy is like. So it's kind of just got to stick with it. Top four. Sorry, I did not announce what game we're going into now. We have Kansas City and Chicago, two AL Central teams. One team is significantly better than the other, and it would show in this game. Top of the fourth, Vinny Pasquantino with his third home run of the year to make it 1-0 Kansas City. And then in the top of the fifth, Kyle Isbell would hit an RBI single to his former teammate Andrew Benintendi to score Nick Lofton to make it 2-0 Kansas City in the top of the fifth, where the score would never change from, and it would end up staying. So only 4 hits for the White Sox, only 5 hits for the Royals, but they did score 2 runs. So nice job by them. Yes, they beat a bad team, but you can only beat the teams you play. So still a solid job by them. They had Seth Lugo on the mound, who was, again, incredible. What a signing this has turned out to be for Kansas City. If he continues pitching like this, the contract he's at, it's going to be one of the better contracts in baseball history. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, no home runs, 1.05 ERA in the season. You know, as a Mets fan watching Lugo up close, he begged for years and years to be a starter for the Mets. Mets never really gave him a consistent chance. He left for the Padres, was a great starter there. We were like, okay, can he do it twice? And he's done it twice so far, now signing with the Royals. So a great job by him. You know, he believed in himself, made himself a starter, and it's really turned out well. So a really great job by Lugo. And, just a nice story here, and a great signing by the Royals so far. For the White Sox, they had the rookie Nick Nastrini on the mound, who we're going to be talking about later in our segments. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts, as well as a home run. 3.60 ERA for the game and his MLB career. Now, so 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. I mean, pretty great opening start for your MLB career, I'd say. The Royals are not an offense that I take lightly. I think they're very good, especially with all the pieces that have come through this year. So a really nice start for the youngster, a guy I think is going to be a big part of the White Sox future. So, yeah, definitely interested to see how he does turn out in his career. And, just a great start for him, and just a good job. The final game we have on the agenda here is going to be Reds-Mariners, 2 younger teams that are pretty good matching up. Bottom of the fifth, Jorge Polanco with his third home run as a Seattle Mariner, making it 3-0 Seattle. In the bottom of the first, of course. Heimer Candelario would answer back a little bit with his second home run as a Cincinnati Red to make it 3-1, so the new additions for both these teams are coming in handy. Bottom of the third, Mitch Haniger back with the Mariners with his third home run of the year to make it 5-1, scoring Polanco. So nice job by Haniger and Polanco themselves to really keep this game going with the offense. Top 4, Jake Fraley would hit an RBI double to score Christian Encarnacion Strand to make it 5-2 in the top of the fourth. Bottom of the sixth, Jonathan Clase would hit an RBI single to score Ty France to make it 6-2 Seattle. Then in the top of the seventh, Jake Fraley would answer back, hitting a solo home run to make it 6-3 Seattle. So nice job by Fraley to keep going with this and have a really good game against his former team. Bottom of the seventh, Mitch Haniger would hit an RBI double to score Julio Rodriguez to make it 7-3 Seattle. Ty France would hit a sacrifice fly to make it 8-3, and Luke Raley would hit his first triple as a Mariner to make it 9-3. So a good win by the Mariners. Having gone off to the best start this year, only being 7-10, but the Reds are a really good team in my opinion, and getting off to a start like this and winning a game like this, I think is really good, and just a great job by them. For the Reds, they had Frankie Montas on the mound, who was not good, going 2 innings, giving up 3 hits, 5 earned runs, 5 walks, strikeout, and 2 home runs. Obviously not what you want, but he's been pretty good for you guys to start the season, so I think you are okay with it. Obviously you don't want it to happen again, but he's been really good, and it kind of just seems like a fluke start, so you're hoping he gets better after that. For the Mariners, they had George Kirby on the mound, who went 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts, and a homer. Really nice start by him. He's not had the start to the season he wanted, and having a start like this, I think, makes Mariners fans kind of happy again. They think Kirby, might have the potential to be an ace, and he's playing really, really well right now. So, great job there. So yeah, that is the AL games of yesterday that I did want to recap. So yeah, just wanted to give action on those. By the way, not breaking news, but some news I'm seeing now. The Braves have just placed Ozzie Albies on injured list with a toe fracture. We're not going to be having a segment about general news in the league today, so I just want to mention that. So kind of a big loss to the Braves. You're already losing guys like Strider to injury. You don't want to lose him. So I don't know when this toe fracture happened. I'll have to get more into it. We might talk about it more tomorrow in the show, but yeah, I just did want to mention that, so I didn't forget it. I just did see that. So yeah. So we're going to move into our second segment here, which is talking about the National League games of yesterday. We just talked about the AL, so clean fitting to go into the National. So yeah, thank you guys, and we'll see you after the break. Thanks, and bye.